Hey folks, Digger Dice here. Want to talk to you a minute about mental martial arts. We're still going to do martial arts today, but we're going to do it mentally. And how do you do that? Well, it's all in how you view your own personal safety and reacting to others as well. And one thing I do is when I'm walking, I'm aware of my surroundings. My head is always on a 360 or 180, whichever you want to call it. But my eyes are always scanning because I want to be aware of my surroundings. And I'm going to use the term my teacher used. It's not very nice, but it keeps in mind where your head should be. And ladies, please don't take this offense when I say it, but my teacher used to say nips up. And I know it's a little sexist, but it works. Because if your chest is up, if your head is up, that means your chest area is up. You're aware of your surroundings. Because if you're looking at this, where's your chest and your head pointed? Down. So that's the first thing. Your head is on a swivel, looking around, aware of your surroundings. 2, stance is everything. When I'm being accosted by a guy, my hands are up. I'm in a natural stance. I'm relaxed, calm. Okay. 3, my words. Remain polite. Don't show any nervousness in your voice, because the moment you show that you show any fear, they know they're going to have the upper hand. Okay? Now, what about the other person? Well, you need to learn how to read a person. And that's through their words, their body language, and what they're doing with their hands. Okay? Usually altercations start out with words. Words don't bother me. If I get called a yellow-bellied sapsucker, hey, fine, I'm a yellow-bellied sapsucker. Because you don't know me. You're saying words to get me to respond. And as long as you don't respond, that gives you the upper hand. But you have to know what to listen for. And one, is the language aggressive? If they're saying words in a way that makes you go, he's a little mad, like instead of, may I have a beer, please, to, hey, give me a beer. Then you know that is aggressive language. Or give me a beer now or else. Well, now it's gone from, words to elicit a response to a threat. Okay? So listen for aggressive language, foul language. Like F you, okay? No one's going to say that in normal language. They're saying words like that when they're angry, when they're upset. Another thing you want to look for is their body language. Are they pumping up their chest, squaring their chest up, sticking it out, putting their body on you, trying to get closer to you and make you feel threatened? They're trying to intimidate you. Or are they fidgeting? They're moving around, they're rubbing their sides, they're playing with their hands, they're making it feel like, that is aggressive behavior. That is telling you they're intending on hurting you. Okay. 3rd, what are they doing with their hands? If their hands are down by their sides, or if their hands are like this, just like my posture, then they're not being aggressive. But if they're pushing on you, pointing at you, putting their hands in your face or on your chest, making big boisterous moves with their hands, clenching their hands like in a fist. They're angry. They're intending on doing something. Okay? Always read their body, because as you can see now, by me making this mean face, that is aggressive behavior. Okay, how do I deal with that? Well, if it's just words, don't respond to those words. Don't give them ammunition. Accept whatever it is. Say, yeah, I'm a pussy, blah, blah, blah. Let them talk. It's just words. Now, when it becomes aggressive, when they start hitting up in your face, like for me, I keep a 6-foot bubble around me, okay? However far out I can stretch my arms, anyway, that's my bubble. Once they penetrate that bubble, they're intending on doing physical harm. How do I deal with that? Well, normally if they're in my face like that, I say, will you please step back? You're in my personal space. Please don't touch me. Would you mind not pushing me, please? For one, my hands are here, and I'm talking in that manner. I'm not showing intent. But once it gets to where they're touching me, my hands are here, right? I can throw punches. I can throw elbows. All kinds of things. Hammer fist. But that's how I would deal with it. But sometimes, and this is where the lines cross, in self-defense, a lot of laws say whoever throws the punch, whoever throws the first attack usually goes to jail. They were the aggressor. You do not want to be the aggressor. But there's a but to this. Sometimes you'll get a guy who's kind of hard to read. You don't know if he's going to intend on doing something, but his actions tell you it could lead to that. And if he's running his mouth, or if he gets real quiet right before he throws something, then that's that kind of guy. You can tell. And so normally, while they're still talking, I'll hit him. If I know it's going to come to physical blows where he's pushing me and yelling at me at the same time, he needs to get clocked. I know that can land you in jail, but remember, the witnesses saw you with your hand up. Okay? You were trying not to fight back. But with him pushing on you, poking you, you had no other choice. Okay? But for the most part, let them throw the first punch at all possible. Let them attack you first. I know that doesn't sound great, but, in some cases it's better. Now I want to get to something, your personal belongings. Some people take value in their personal belongings, but for me, when it comes to a self-defense situation, my life means more than my personal belongings. They really do. And I could care less if they can have my keys, my wallet, or my phone, and I brought those out. I've got those right here. There's my phone, okay? Now, what would I do if they asked for my phone or my keys or whatever? Well, if it's my wallet they ask for, my plan is to run the opposite direction of where I throw this. I'm going to throw it behind their back because, for one, they're going to take their eyes off me to see where that wallet went. Two, they care more about the wallet than me. So once that wallet goes flying through the air and their eyes go to where that wallet is, I'm going the opposite direction. I'm gone out of there. Okay? My keys. Let's say I'm about to get into my car. I get a guy who says, give me your keys. Well, for one, I want to make sure I run away in a direction to where I get out from the door, because the door's open. I'm kind of catty-cornered in that door. So what I'm going to do, if he's standing in my way, I want to throw him in a direction to where it'll make him go get him. So if he's standing at the door, I'm going to throw them on the other side of the car, because he's going to have to go around to the other side. If he's not at the door, but he's in the window, hopefully if the other windows roll down, throw him out that window. Or throw him out and over the car. Get him to get away from that door. Then get out of the car and run. Because he cares more about these than you. Your phone. Hopefully, I know phones are expensive. I mean, this one was not a cheap phone. But, you know what? They can have it. I don't need it that bad. And by the way, if I throw this, it's not a guarantee it's going to be in one piece. So all they're going to get out of the deal is a broken phone. Okay? And I'm going to throw this sucker hard. I'm going to launch this sucker. They can have it. They got to go find it. I'm going the opposite direction of where I threw it. Because they're going for this. They're not coming for me. Now, if I'm going to do something and I have any of these in my hand, I can use this as a distraction. I can throw this in their face. And I've done that before. I've taken things, I've thrown it in their opponent's face and then hit them. I'm not recommending you do that in this situation. This is a situation where you can possibly walk away from it. And it's better to walk away from a fight, because I tell you what, you don't know that guy for nothing. You don't know what he could do, and it's better to just get away. So it's best to throw these and get rid of them. Let him have them. Because that way, you go home to your family and you live to fight another day. And then you don't have to win every battle. Some battles can be won just plainly from walking away from the fight. And that's what it's all about. That's mental martial arts. There's some other things there, but minor. I wanted to cover the general basics of what mental martial arts is. And I'm sure there's other things that you could do to make your mental game even stronger. And if you got them, let me know. I'd like to see them down in the comments. Otherwise, give me a like and subscribe. Y'all have a great day. This is Duke Dad saying do good and deuces. Bye-bye. I think that's